Hello friends, Matthew here. Welcome to this lesson, HTML forms. Last time we talked about HTML table. If you've not watched that video, do well to go back to watch that video. So forms collect user input using various input tags, okay? So there are a lot of input types within the form tag. So let's get started. So I'm going to demonstrate it. So if we want to design a form or create a form, we're going to use the form tag, form, like so, and then we'll now start writing the various input type. But before I do that, let me take my time to explain some attributes within the form element. And the first one we want to talk about is the action. The action. So the form action attribute defines the action to be performed when the form is submitted. So this can lead us to a particular URL. So I can say HTML underscore page. Okay, so this can be a particular URL where I want the form to go to, or it could be any URL at all. I can just say submitted. It could be anyone, it could be anything, it could be anything, it could be another URL. So it just defines the action to be performed when the form is submitted. So if the URL is omitted, for instance, if it is empty, the action is set to the current page. Now, another attribute we're going to look at is the method. The method, so we have the get method and the post method. So when submitting the form, we can either use the get or the post method. So the get method actually appends the form data to the URL. So it is only good for non-secure data. So never use get to send sensitive data. What about the posts? The posts appends the form data inside the body of the HTTP request. The submitted form data is never shown in the URL in the case of the post method. So you can use the post method if the form data contains some sensitive or personal information like your credit card and some very sensitive information. Always use the post method. I just want to explain that briefly, but we do not actually need this for the purpose of this tutorial. This tutorial is just for beginners, but I just want to take my time and explain what that means. So inside the form element, I'm going to write my label. So we have label. So label, I want to say F name, which stands for first name. So here I'm going to say first name, like so, and then underneath it I'm going to have my input type. Input, so the type is text, and then I have my ID, which is the identifier. It's going to be the same as the label, the 4 attributes in the label. And then I'm going to have name, which is the same as name. That's it. And then I have another label again. This time around, last name, L name, and then last name. Then underneath it, I have my input. So the input is also text, ID the same as the 4 attributes, and name the same as L name. Okay, then I have another label. This time around, I'm going to say email, then email. Come under it, add your input type. The input type this time around is going to be email, not text. We don't want the plain text. ID is email, and then name is also email. And that's all for that. So the next label is going to be password. So I can say P-word. Then I have my password in between. Then come underneath it and put your input type. This is going to be password. The ID, you can say P-word, the same with your 4 attributes, and the name is also P-word. Okay, and then now I will have my submit button. I'll say input. The type is type of submit, and then the value is going to be submit. So now let's check our browser. So I'm going to click on Go Live. Okay, so this is my form, but I want to add some breaks so that it will come to the next line. So let me add the break here. So I'll say BR, add another break here, BR. Then another break here, BR. And another one here. Let's check the browser. Okay, so I think I need to add double BR to give it better spacing. Another BR tag and another BR tag. Let's check how it displays. Okay, so it is better. It's better, so you can see. So the 4 attributes is actually good for screen readers. So when they hover over the inputs, they will know exactly what is there. You can see my submit button all in caps. So let me add, I'm going to use the get method. The get, yeah. So let me say get, so that I'll demonstrate what I just explained. So here I can say first name, Mark. Second name Smith. Email marksmith@gmail.com. Mark Smith. Then password 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'll submit. Now come to this URL. Let me come to this URL. You'll notice that I have my information here. First name Mark, last name Smith, the email marksmith@gmail.com, and the password. So you can see this information is actually appending on the URL. So you don't submit, you don't use the get method if you must submit sensitive information. And like I mentioned, if you omit the action, it will display them on the same page. So I just showed you why it is very important for you to use either the get method or the post method. So that will be it for this particular video. If you got value, do well to smash that like button and hit that notification bell, and of course subscribe for more useful content like this. I will see you in the next video.